Inside the Smithsonian, one can discover many American originals, from the space shuttle to Kermit the Frog. And in a storage area of the museum not open to the public is another American original, the first generation of a legendary brand. The name on the side isn't a mistake or a joke. This is a Harley.
It only has 5 horsepower, though, and only a 35 cubic inch motorcycle, quite small by today's standards, but it was enough to get around in the teens and 20s when it was in use.
Soon this 90-pound weakling grew into a 900-pound American icon. It's loud and proud, with its own distinctive rumble. It has become a symbol of freedom with an outlaw attitude. How did the Harley achieve such a mystique? That is our museum's secret. Smithsonian curator Paul Johnston begins the investigation with a road trip. He's heading for a laboratory where he hopes to discover one of the keys to the Harley's mystique, its trademark sound. He's not a Harley owner, but he's ridden many brands of motorbikes over the years, so he's a good test subject.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Udochi.
Hi, Udochi.
Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Paul will listen to recordings of various motorcycles.
You feel comfortable?
We're going to hook you up to monitor a couple of different responses.
Dr. Patrick Mahoney and his assistant wire him for EEG, heart rate, body temperature, and sweat response.
Okay, we can get ready to begin.
Paul hears a Harley at 80 decibels. There's no detectable spike on the monitor. But when he's given a sound that is similar to his own motorcycle, he has a clear physiological response.
It was as if he was riding. He had a very kind of intuitive sense of what the rider was doing.
If sound alone can take Paul back on the road, it means the motorbike riding experience is powerful. But it doesn't tell us anything about the Harley's mystique. Perhaps you have to own one to understand.
Just knowing you got American classic, true American bike. And once you get American in you, with the Harleys, I guess it sits in your blood then.
Harleys became American classics when they served their country in war, including the Desert Campaign of World War II. After the war, Harley production was part of the Made in the USA industrial boom. The boom has faded, but Harley didn't. So for some, choosing to ride a Harley is a patriotic act. For others, it's a power trip.
I wanted the big bike. I wanted to be the, 5'7", 125-pound woman on the big bike. I kind of wanted to be a renegade.
But renegades reject society. How did an icon of American life become a symbol of the outsider?
Probably the best thing that ever happened to Harley Davidson was when the movie Easy Rider came out.
Well, they're not scared of you. They're scared of what you represent to them. What you represent to them is freedom.
Being 3 friends at a drive-in theater saw Easy Rider, and that was it for us. We had to have choppers. We had to have Harley Davidsons. It was cool.
But the Harley's mystique goes beyond cool. It's cool with a raised middle finger.
I think that there is a certain bad boy image associated with motorcycles, and particularly Harley Davidson. And I mean, you can see accountants and physicians and dentists on weekends all driving around like tough guys.
The tough guy part of the Harley's mystique seems to come from its popularity among violent gang members and stone-cold killers. Or maybe not.
In 1947, Life magazine, in its 4th of July issue, published an article on a motorcycle rally out in Hollister. It was a picture of a motorcyclist sprawled out on his motorcycle, leaning backward on the seat as though he was drunk, surrounded by empty beer bottles.
It was presented as the aftermath of a biker riot, but in fact, the photograph was completely staged to sell magazines.
It frightened the American public a little bit because it looked sort of out of control.
Hollywood dramatized the mythical riot in The Wild One, starring Marlon Brando.
10 guys like that give people the idea everybody drives a motorcycle is crazy.
And ever since that day, people have considered motorcycles and bad behavior to go along together. And it's still an image that motorcyclists are living down today.
Most riders don't know that part of the Harley's mystique was created in Hollywood. And if they did, they probably wouldn't care.
There's something about the mystique of a Harley compared to another bike. And there's a lot of new bikes out there that look just like these. They're not the same.
The freedom, that's like a dog hanging his head out the window. So, that's me.
On the open road, the origins of a myth don't matter. These bikers just want to enjoy the ride. Next on Museum Secrets, how to make an amputee whole again.